And good morning to you guys. It's another Monday morning, and yep, it's nice to be back. I'm no longer in Milton Keynes, as I told you guys in my last video. I'm now in the lovely city of Birmingham, temporarily. But yes, that's where I am. It's a lovely place, to be honest with you. So, how are we doing this morning? I hope everybody's well, good spirits, and everything's been wonderful. How is Liverpool doing? Not too badly. We're still experiencing what, in my opinion, is probably the best transfer season in recollectable history. Um, and as at now, the latest news that we're hearing is that Luis Diaz has agreed to move to Bayern Munich, and processes are in place for him to move to Germany and begin his medical and run through all that stuff. So, um, if the rumors are true, what I will say is it's a shame we're losing Diaz because he was one of the live wires of the old team, and in my opinion, his value retains. He's still a very, very good, very flamboyant player. If there was any complaint we had from last season, it was that we did not get as much finished product as we would have expected from someone of that level of technicality and flamboyance. So there was a whole lot of technicalities in dribbling one player, dribbling the second, and then taking a shot and missing, or taking a shot and the keeper catching it, or not just finishing as he should. But that said, he still scored a whole lot of goals. Yeah, I think he was the second highest goal scorer outside of Salah. So that is testament to how good he was and how valuable he was to the team as well. I don't know if Gakpo had more or they were about close to each other, But as I said in my last video, if the situation was that he was angling for a better salary, and Liverpool did not agree that he was worth the value of what he was asking for, it was okay for him to look at other clubs. And if Bayern Munich is going to offer him a salary that he feels he's fit to for his level of performances and skills, then all the best for him. Um, Personally, between me and you, I don't know about preferring Bayern to what could have been an option of moving to Spain or even remaining in Liverpool. Over here, it was obvious. The fans really appreciated him, even if it was not as appreciated at administrative level. The fans really liked Diaz, and he seemed to reciprocate the love for the club. Um, Going to Germany, yep, they've got a whole lot of fans. Um, you know what? To be honest, they will like him because he's the type of player that is very flamboyant. But they've got a whole lot of flamboyant players. I think Kingsley Coman is flamboyant. Olise is flamboyant. Musiala is flamboyant. So yeah, they will like him. The weather is not that much different from Liverpool's weather, so he's not going for the weather. He's probably just going for the pay. I will be surprised if his father doesn't start to angle for and move to Barcelona after a year or two, because I think that was one of the problems, unfortunately, that he had from all the rumors that we heard. Allegedly, I think his father always felt he was better than what he actually was offering to the club, and as such, it just kind of stained the sterling performances and the light that was Luis Diaz. So it's very typical of a whole lot of parent agents in quote. So parents that kind of always spoke on behalf of their child players. They always tend to make them look better, and they always try to path, their career path, and Diaz's father was no different. At some point, I thought he started to love the club because you could see him among the fans. He celebrated Diaz goals, he sang the songs with Diaz, and they captured this on video. So I thought that he had started to warm up to the club, and he saw how we all won championships and how we have started to progress. So there's a line of thought to think, was he concerned that Diaz was not playing as much as he wanted? Was he scared that with all the quality players that are coming in, it will further reduce Diaz's participation in the team? Who knows, But for Diaz to have seen how many quality players were added to the team and the direction the team was taken by way of having won the championship and then with plans to go on to do greater things, I'm surprised that he decided to move on. If the club was still struggling, we understand that he wanted to go to achieve things. It would be understandable if he moved to Barcelona or Real Madrid. But the best he can do in Germany is to win the German league. And then what? You want to move to Italy to win the Italian league and move to Spain to win the Spanish league? Depends if the clubs want him. But outside of the German league, I don't know what else he can win that is really substantial. I will be shocked if Bayern Munich wins the Champions League next year. I don't think I see that. And he's going there, it's not going to improve their chances. There's nothing from last year that has shown that they are strong contenders for the Champions League. But you can never say, so I never say never. I'm just surprised that he has taken the decision to move to Bayern rather than staying in the club Liverpool, where you can actually see that if we call about 2 or 3 contenders for the Champions League next year, Liverpool's name will be there. With the team that is currently being built, and they might not make it. Nobody knows. But from statistics, it is very likely that they are one of the top 3 or 4 contenders. So, all I can say is all the best to Diaz, whatever he decides to do with his future. I never hated he was never disliked by the fan base. So we can only wish him all the very best. The ongoing or continuation of the conversation from Diaz's moving to Bayern Munich is the rollover effect of potentially having money available to them progress the Isak transfer. I think my thoughts on that is there has been conversations with Newcastle to say whether Diaz was sold or not. There was always an agreement that listen, if Isak is available, we're willing to get him. So 65 million is just probably going to be an addition to the pot, but there's always been funding for Isak. It's looking more and more likely that there is potentially going to be a transaction between Liverpool and Newcastle, much to the Newcastle fans' anger. Understandable. I will say that this is probably the reason why from the get-go Liverpool wanted Newcastle to have an arrangement in place where they get Isak and Newcastle go and get a Kitike. But Newcastle thought, no, we can eat our cake and have it. We'll keep Isak and we can go and get a Kitike. Kitike said no to Newcastle. We were well within our rights to go for a Kitike. He said yes to us, he got us. And now Isak is saying no to Newcastle and is now potentially going to come and join us. The worst Newcastle can do, in my opinion, is absolutely refuse and put Isak in the junior team for him to rot there while his contract expires. We all know that he has refused to go on tour. He has refused to, I think, wear the shirt anymore from the way he's responded. He doesn't even train with the first team anymore. So he's showing signs that he really wants to leave. And it doesn't look like he wants to go to Saudi. And it doesn't look like there's any other clubs that are really interested in the valuation that Newcastle has put on the ground, apart from Liverpool. So at some point, they will either have to agree, cut their losses and sell to Liverpool, or ask other clubs if they're ready to buy at a cheaper rate than Liverpool, or keep him in their reserves and let him rot there. Because if you let him play, a sad and an unhappy player is a liability to the club. I can guarantee you that. So it's not looking good for Newcastle. Having lost Ekitike and potentially losing Isak, I think their next port of call will be to go and get a reasonably good striker from either the league or from outside. So I know they've been talking about getting in touch with Isak. That presents its own problem because Brentford have already lost in Boemo and they don't want to lose their second striker by the way of Isak. So Brentford will also need to go and get somebody before they can let Isak go. So you see all the complications that comes with that as well. So it's not looking good for Newcastle. Their coach Eddie Howe is trying to present a positive front by saying the team is still looking great, they are all performing well. It's up to you to believe that if you wish to. But it is what it is. I will be over the moon if eventually they agree to sell Isak, and that will strengthen our team twofold. You can just imagine. I will be surprised and I will be interested to see how Arne Slot makes all that team of Galacticos, may I use the word, world-class players together, because Gakpo is playing at the very best of his levels right now. We have got Verts, Ekitike has joined, Salah is number one on the list when you're calling the first 11. You know, we have got Soboslai, we've got McAllister, who we haven't really heard that much from. We have got Gravenberg, and all these guys are pushing in, and Rio is making a statement for himself. We have also got Jones making a statement. We've got Trey Neonly he might go out on loan, but he'll stand by, you know. And we've got this heavy laden front forward and midfield and attacking midfield that I will be interested to see how what kind of works with all of them and make everybody happy while they're all kind of performing in the Premier League. I know their real use will come when we start to play the Champions League and we start to kind of compete in the lower cups like the league and the FA Cup. So let's see how that goes. Anyway, wow, I've spent 13 minutes already. I could speak forever, so let's cut it here before it gets too long. But yeah, that's where we are. If there's any other updates or any other news, I will be sure to share it with you. Again, it's good to be back. And thank you for listening. If you wish to subscribe, please do. If you wish to like, I think that would be very useful, very helpful for me. Please do. I don't know why the comments was not enabled in the last one. I'll try and see if I can do that this time around. But I'm very grateful for the nice amount of views that I got for that, and looking forward to this repeating itself in the near future. But otherwise, I hope you have a good rest of your day, good rest of your week until we catch up again. This is your boy, and I am out. Thank you.